Hey guys, come on through here. Hey. Y'all know what? I just got my grocery in, but hello. Welcome to Lovely J Podcast with Miss Coco Boughton. Yeah, I did. I just got grocery in and I'm getting ready to cook. And we're going to talk about the Passion of John Amos. Oh my goodness. That's my dad. Like, that was my last dad. You know, you don't get but 3 chances here on earth. You get, I'm not talking about God now, because we know God is the Father over all. But I'm talking about my biological dad, then my grandfather was my dad, and then John Amos was my TV dad, and he gone. Oh, let me stop. He gone. That trimmer was for real, by the way. Oh, well, we're not going to talk about it yet. We're going to get these fajitas on, and then we can talk about it. Going to be cooking some baked chicken fajitas. And this is such an easy way to do it, y'all. I saw the recipe on TikTok. That's where I got it from. I'm just passing it on to the next person. And if you hear my air come on, it's because it's hot. It's a little bit hot here. And I may cut it on myself if I get too hot. But I know it's loud. That's why I'm not trying to turn it on. Let me see here. I got some tea somewhere that I need to be letting make. Yeah, just got my grocery today and saw this recipe on TikTok. Not gonna cook it just like I saw it. We never do. But I got some chicken thighs here, and I have some chicken legs. I'm going to just go ahead and cook all of that. The thighs and the legs, and put them in the pan right now. Oh, these some pretty thighs. Yeah, I'm going to mix this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to make sure that everybody got enough. So we use 2 family packs of chicken. And y'all, if you hear me doing that, it's that time of the year. I had to go take 2 breathing treatments. I mean, I had to take them. My oxygen levels had dropped down earlier. Uh-oh. I told y'all. If you hear that air come on, there it goes. Yeah, I had to take 2 breathing treatments and the inhaler. Now y'all ask what we gonna have with this chicken. We gonna have some rice, yellow rice, and some tortillas. Don't nobody be cooking them full course big meals like that no more. I don't anyway. Since I've been on Manjaro, I'm on week 11. I'll do another podcast for that. But since I've been on that, I do not mess around with too much cooking these days. Okay, so I'm going to use some onion powder. I've never cooked this like this before, by the way. So I'm going to let you know what it tastes like. I have a pack of fajita seasoning. Now, it's saying this fajita seasoning, where's it at? That we are supposed to mix it with some oil and water before we put it on. So I got a bottle of water here. Let me see. Told y'all. Ooh, them allergies. It says mix water, oil, and seasoning in a large bowl. Reclosable plastic bag, and then mix and tote the meat. We ain't doing all that. Pour meat into large skillet. Add onion and bell pepper. Cook over medium heat until meat is cooked thoroughly. Now, most of the videos I saw, they used chicken breasts that were cut up. I'm not doing that. Oh, it don't say you got to use that much water. It say 1/4 cup of water. 2 teaspoons of oil. I have olive oil for that. Do I want to use my olive oil for that? Yeah, I'm going to use my olive oil. 1 pound of boneless sirloin or flank steak or chicken breast cut into squares. 1 onion. 1 green bell pepper. We got the onions. We're not making it the traditional way. We're just gonna I have a bottle of water right here beside me. I'm gonna put this whole package in this 16-ounce bottle of water. Cause see, I want the chicken to be kind of juicy, so I'm gonna need some water in it anyhow. Or do I? Is that what I want to do? Let me see how this mix look. I don't know. If it's too hard to put in there, I ain't doing it. Nah, that ain't gonna work for me. Okay, so we go to the next best scenario, which is gonna be, let me grab my other seasonings, because we like a little bit of spice on it. Just a little bit of spice. Some crushed red peppers. Gonna use. And ooh, that smells good already. And all it did was touch the water. Okay, let me stop. I am going to this. How many is for this? 8. I'm gonna use this whole pack almost. I'm just gonna put it over the chicken. I'm just gonna, like, you just go ahead and put it over the chicken. That's what I'm gonna do with that. And I'm going to add, I don't think it needs nothing added to it. Nothing but some water, and that's it. This oil and water. Fresh bottle of olive oil prayed over. My treasures are laid up on high. Let me see if I can do this thing this month. Still didn't do that thing right. Again, I messed it up. Never mind. I was trying to make it where it be like a sprout, and then instead I pushed that lid all the way in. I did the same thing last month. So I'm going to pour some olive oil over this chicken. About, I'm going to say that's like 2 capfuls. And I'm going to pour this bottle of water over it. And mixing it. Now, hold up. I'm looking for some garlic powder and there we go. Some chili powder. Because this ain't red enough for me. Y'all know we like to see our seasoning sometimes. So that wasn't red enough for me. Now, like I said, gonna add this garlic powder in there with it too. Not too much because it's already got fajita seasoning. And I got some, because I don't have any lime, I went on and brought lemon and pepper seasoning. Gotta open it up to go on it. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Never done this before. Did I mention that? My voice sound kind of hoarse. What I done did? Alright. Let's just dash some of this lemon pepper on it. That's enough. That is enough. That's all I'm going to do to that. I ain't adding nothing else. And I'm going to make sure I toss all this meat. All this meat got to get some of everything. I'll add some more water to this. I got gloves on, y'all. I cook with gloves. If you don't, thank God. That means you got adequate running water, and you probably have your needs met. But I cook with gloves because I don't have a kitchen sink. Y'all know I'm in the process, been working this thing now. It's going on 2 years. I've been without a kitchen sink, or is it 3 years? Could be longer. 2 or 3. I was going to try to save some of this fajita seasoning, but I think this chicken going to need it all if we're going to get the flavor. I'm not upset about it neither. I'm not rushing it to happen. It's going to happen God's timing. There we go. Now that bad boy starting to look a lot better now. It's going to be God's timing when it happens, so I'm not worried about it. As long as I have access and can still cook. It didn't change my cooking. I still cook clean, and I'm still able to wash things. So it didn't change nothing about my cooking. Give me just a sec, y'all. Every now and then you see some chicken, you gotta go back through there and clean it up. That's the only thing about chicken. Ugh. Now see, just doing that might have me where I can't eat it. I may have to change gloves in just a second. Ooh, this is gonna be some good chicken. I can't remember if the woman said that if she covered hers or not. I'm gonna change out gloves now, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut some onion. Said lots of onion. Where's that onion? I got everything everywhere. Y'all, the price of food has went up. Most of the time, you know when you're on these fixed incomes, you have a certain amount of money that you spend each month to get things, and then when you run out, that's pretty much it till the next time you get paid. And I did try to cut my food bill down, because it used to be like $500, $500. Not sure what it all is now, but I do know this much about it, that I brought barely nothing. My items cost $100 and some, and these are the items that used to be only $1. So that lets you know how this inflation is going. It hits everybody. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut this whole onion up in there. I'm trying to move quick as I can, y'all, so we can talk about John Amos. Hard to believe he passed. I don't know, we might can talk about it while I'm doing this. Yeah, let's do that. I just found out yesterday that he died. And that was it was a shock that he died. But what was an even more bigger shock was when he died. He died in August. I'm glad they didn't tell me that, because it was right around my birthday time. My birthday is 24th. He passed the 21st. I think it said. Ooh, I would have been tore up. So good thing they didn't tell me. I ain't putting all these onions in there. Ooh, these onions. Oh. Alright. Yeah. I got some peppers here that I'm putting in. I already had these peppers from frozen peppers. You can buy them already cut up, which I think for people who just are bad at letting food rot, your best option may be to buy frozen foods. For me, I was bad about buying the peppers and things, and I just wouldn't be ready to use that. When I'm ordering my groceries, it's like, yeah, I'm going to use it this day or tomorrow. But then when the groceries actually get here, I wouldn't have the energy to cook. So nothing would happen. So I'm going to massage these veggies down in here. In here with this chicken. And then we're going to do the walk to the oven. Is this all? Is this all? Do I got everything in here? Why do it seem like I'm missing something? It just seems like it. Let me add a little more of this chili powder. Just for color. Alright, chili powder, you can get to the side now. Let me get a little picture in here for y'all. I did not clean this pan up. I need to clean it up. I have a little rag here that I use. Wipe around these edges so that they don't burn nothing. Them edges, if you don't clean them up, they'll burn fast. Then it'll smoke your house up. So you gotta make sure the edges of that pan is clean. Ex-boyfriend taught me that. I did learn some things. I did learn. He used to be a chef. And so when he would cook, all his meals would come like they were prepped in the restaurant, even though they were home cooked. Now, I did get that from him, and I realized that by dressing my food up like that, to me, it made it taste better. When it looked better, it made me want to eat it. Because y'all know we don't like to eat our own cooking sometimes. Uh-oh, I want to take that off my article. We're going to go through that article in just a second. Let's see here. Get a good little picture. And a little video of how this looks so y'all can see it. I always try to get like an 18-second or 15-second video clip. Okay, so I already been preheating my oven on 375. Let's go over here and pop this in. I still have the baker sore in the back of the knee. It hurts so bad, y'all. Now, when it's time to get it out, I'm just going to have to call my son to do that. My son or either my daughter, because, you know, it'll be a lot heavier than it is now. Let me get this mess straightened up here. I got a mess, y'all. straighten up my mess now. I won't have to do it later. Gonna set that timer for 1 hour or 45 minutes. Let's try 45 minutes, and if we need some extra time, we'll add it. Do y'all be using y'all timer when you cook? I know I do. I use the timer when I cook. And just in case if that go off, it's 5:14. Okay, it should do it. We'll just say by 6 o'clock, something ought to be popping. We ought to start smelling something here in the next few minutes. I'm gonna get this stuff up before I can go any further. Got some little spray here so I can wipe down this table a little bit. Sorry blowing in y'all ear like this. Sorry. Y'all ever try Monterey Jack shredded cheese? Now look, I buy shredded cheese and things all the time. And I've never got that kind before. But I did this time. And I tasted it. It tastes pretty good to me. I do got to cook some rice, but I'm not going to cook that rice on here with y'all because I got plenty of rice videos and it's a lot of rice. I cooked rice for like 2 years straight 1 year. Okie doke. I almost got everything right, so we could talk about John Amos, cause I can't lay my phones down on this table and this stuff on here like this. That's a water hazard. I don't know what's trying to come up on me, a cold or allergies, whatever it is, but I rebuke it in Jesus' name. That's not my portion. Sickness is not my portion. I'm healing. I'm healed. I'm tired of saying I'm healing. I was thinking about that the other day. I said, I've been running around talking about I'm in the process of healing. No, I'm healed. Because it's a scripture that says we are healed by his stripes. And I'm believing that. I'm believing that. Sometimes I forget it, but when I do remember, I go right back to it. We are healed. We are healed. So those of you who have the chronic pain like I be having, we're healed. We gonna do what we can do. Okay. Got one more thing to do. And then, really 2 more things to do. But we're gonna settle for the one because I don't want to be on here long. Like I said, I feel my throat. Throat don't want to act right. T, where you at? Where you at? Y'all, I be so glad, so happy when I can afford some food. I got some crunchy corn chips. Honey barbecue. Never had this kind from Walmart before. It's the great value kind. Now the rice I'm cooking gonna be the yellow rice. Like I said, gonna get to that in a little bit. I got y'all. Y'all give me a sec. I got you. I gotta start this tea. I got decaffeinated green tea because I've been having some issues with some certain things, and it's supposed to be helping inflammation too. I put mine in my bottled water. I sometimes sit it in the window and let the sun do it. I just let it sit there and steep by itself. It ain't got to be warm for me. And it ain't got to be cold for me. I don't drink too many cold things. I had a surgery, a C-section, back in 93. And the doctor told me, he was like, after this surgery, you know, cold things may upset your stomach. He was right. 30-some years later, cold drinks do still upset my stomach. So I don't drink too many cold drinks. I buy a drink and let it sit out on the counter for the longest. Okay, so let's get into this article. Did I bring an extra bottle of water over here? Yes, I did. And that is for me to drink right now. Bear with me, guys. Today is not it, but if we can make it to bedtime, until then, we're going to continuously praise God. Okay. Body, you ready? Let's do this. Okay, so Actor John Amos, he died, and his death was finally, the cause of his death was revealed today. He was born December 27th. Oh, that's on my cousin Ellen's birthday. December 27th, 1939. And he died August the 21st, 2024. So he was 84 years old when he died in Los Angeles, California. But he was born in Newark, New Jersey. He a Jersey guy. No wonder he got that attitude. Okay. So it doesn't show here that he was married. It says that he was married to two different women. But the marriages didn't really last. You know, the first marriage was from 78 to 79. The next marriage was from 65 to 75. That's 1900. 65 to 1975. He has children, Shannon Amos and Casey Amos, and boy, them kids be cutting up. You hear me? I saw on TikTok where the sister just went in one year. She didn't want nobody there, and the place where she had her brother at, they were treating him bad. And it's a video of him talking about how he was being abused, and I believe him. And I'm going to tell you why we on that subject. Because so many elderly get financially abused. They get physically abused. They get threatened. If you say something, I'm going to withhold this from you. I'm going to withhold your food from you. You're not going to get turned over. People are evil. Once you cannot do for yourself, you find out who truly really loves and cares about you. And in this time when he was sick, he found out that some of his very own family did not give a hoot about him. They didn't care. The son did what he could, but he accused his daughter of elderly abuse too. That was, I don't know what was the outcome on that, but I'm not going to focus on that. But I do know he was a victim and a target of elderly abuse. I do know that. He said it out of his own mouth, and when I saw him saying that, all I could think about was, oh my God, just imagine so many elderlies, you know, once they get where they can't move or defend themselves, they go through so much and have to put up with so much from people. And they're afraid to open their mouths because they think, you know, if they say something, they're going to end up by themselves or get harmed. And sometimes they will. They'll get physically harmed. All right. So let's go to TMZ here. They say that John Amos died of congestive heart failure, according to his death certificate, and he was created more than a month ago. Y'all know what? TMZ did not even know that John Amos had passed in August. They just found out too. Fueling speculation that a family feud was raging at the time he died. TMZ has obtained the death certificate filed with LA County, and it shows the Good Times. Oh, he was such a good dad on there. Good Times star died August 21st at 5:18 p.m. at an Inglewood hospital. The death certificate says there were no other significant medical conditions other than heart failure. Amos was cremated August 30th, just 9 days after he died. The death certificate lists Amos' son, Kelly Christopher Amos, aka KC, as the informant, meaning he's the one who informed the county of his dad's death. According to the document, there was no autopsy performed. And there won't be, because he was cremated. Only ones know what that body had on it was the people who got him ready for the cremation funeral home. I hope and pray there was no type of foul play in there. What do y'all think, though? The brother did not contact the sister and let her know that their dad was dead. Shannon found out on social media. Right along with the rest of us. Yep. Right along with the rest of us. That's when she found out. I'm trying to see if I can find anything. They were fruiting that bad. That's what, you know what? That's how bad families are. That's really how bad families are. And it ain't just now started. It started way back in yonder days, okay? Before any of us was even thought of, before our parents were thought of, it was this kind of bickering going on. That's why they be saying somebody got to stand up and break the generational curse, or else it'll continue on down. But families have been doing this for ages. So it doesn't surprise me that they were that bitter toward one another, that they wasn't keeping each other informed. That don't surprise me. I see it all the time. And I'm young. I consider myself young. I'm 48, and I've seen a lot go on with families. If you want to talk about division, let somebody die, and you're going to see how divided the family really is. Thank you, Al, for going off, because I felt like I was yelling at y'all. But let somebody die, and you'll see how divided family really is. I've seen it in my family, in others' family, and it gets to a point where you're like, how did we get like this toward one another? But I saw a saying, just because you raised in the same house, don't mean you're going to grow up the same. And that's true. It doesn't mean you're going to grow up the same. So I see this other article here that says, John Amos' daughter Shannon shares she learned dad died 45 days later amid family feud. I want to know what they were fussing about. John Amos, who previously accused, John Amos, Shannon Amos, who previously accused her brother Casey Amos of elder abuse, said she didn't learn the Roots album had died. No, the Roots alum had died until 40 days after his death. So wait a minute, is she saying the brother did the elderly abuse? Or is it her? Okay, so I'm kind of confused here. I know he was on his bed talking about her, but now she's accusing him, and I know the sister was trying to keep the son away from him. John's sister was. John Amos' daughter is speaking out about his death after the news broke that the Good Times actor had died at the age of 84. His daughter Shannon Amos paid tribute while sharing insight into how she learned about his passing. And this is what she said, y'all. Can I swallow right quick? I am without words. Our family has received the heartbreaking news that my dad, John Allen Amos Jr., transitioned on August 21st. Shannon, 58, captioned an October 1st Instagram video of herself and her late father dancing together. We are devastated and left with many questions about how this happened 45 days ago. Learning about it through the media like so many of you. This should be a time of honoring and celebrating his life, yet we are struggling to navigate the wave of emotions and uncertainties surrounding his passing, she continued. Still, there is some semblance of peace in knowing my father is finally free. The actor's cause of death was later revealed to be congestive heart failure, again according to a death certificate obtained by TMZ. John's son, Kelly Christopher Casey Amos, the youngest of his two kids, with ex-wife Noelle Michelson, confirmed the West Wing alum's death in an October 1st statement saying he died of natural causes. That wasn't a natural cause. Hold up, brother. Congestive heart failure is not natural causes. However, in recent years, the siblings had been at odds over the care of their aging father. In late 2023, Shannon accused her brother, KC, 54, of elder abuse, saying her brother had isolated their father from other members of the family and his inner circle. This has not only affected me, Shannon told The Hollywood Reporter at the time, but his grandchildren, his nieces, people he's worked with, and friends he's had for decades. She further accused KC of impersonating their dad in communications, ignored his medical needs, mishandled his finances, and exploited his legacy. In response, KC denied all allegations to the outlet. Earlier that year, Shannon went public with her claims of elder abuse against her brother and raised $500,000 on GoFundMe for legal expenses, long-term care, ongoing medical treatment, and the costs associated with her father's recent hospitalization in another state away from home. However, John created a video disavowing Shannon's claims, and she subsequently took down the GoFundMe page. Oh, this is interesting, how families can do this. This is them dysfunctional families. The family dynamics is all messed up. And it's only two of them. Whew. He knew what he was doing when he only had two. Excuse me, y'all. Then in July 2023, 1 month after she went public with her allegations, Casey was arrested in New Jersey. As he told THR, she's called the police on me 24 times until she finally succeeded in New Jersey through Shannon, though Shannon said the number was exaggerated. In the wake of his arrest, Casey said he cut off communication with Shannon. That case is ongoing. E! News has reached out to representatives for KC for comment and has not heard back. As for John, he also addressed the claims and refuted he was victim to any abuse. I love my daughter. She's very bright, he told THR. In the final analysis, I think she means well, even if she might be going about this in the wrong way. Oh my God. That's what I saw him say. So I may have had that wrong. I mean, I don't know who is so iffy here, because sometimes the one who looks like they're trying to do the right thing can also be the aggressor, can be the villain, because there is something at stake for them. And then the ones who are doing the right thing can sometimes look like they are the villain because they're standing up for that person and they are speaking truth that others are afraid to speak. So having looked at all of this, I don't know what the deal was. But whatever it was, it kept the brother Casey from telling Shannon, hey, Daddy's dead. He's gone. Or even alerting her to he's in his final days, his final hours, or it could have just been an all of a sudden thing, congestive heart failure. But to learn about it 45 days later, that's cold. That's cold. That's a low blow. That's a really low blow. I understand your differences, but at some point, both of you have to grow up. He's not a toy. He was a person. He was a person that was loved by many. And if the son kept him isolated like that, then many did not get to share that experience. And again, videos can be deceiving. Because the videos I saw, he was always with his son. And like they were having a good time, singing together, dancing together. I mean, that was the good stuff portrayed in front of us for social media, for likes, for views. But how much of it was real? That's what you got to look at. How much of that was real? Well, that's all I can say on that. And that's coming from E-News. Now, let's see what some of John Amos is. Let's highlight some of the good parts of his life. Not just focus on that bad, but let's highlight the good parts. The highlights of his career in acting. Okay. We're going to Wikipedia for this, I believe. I believe Wikipedia about got this right. Wait a minute. No, we're going to go to the Los Angeles Times. They probably got it right better. Appreciation. John Amos was a pioneering, common presence on screen and elsewhere. Actor John Amos is a picture of him, and he's shaking hands with somebody in television ministries. Let me see. There is something unusual in the fact that more than a month passed before the death of actor John Amos, 84, was announced Tuesday. But a powerful personality takes a while to come to a full stop. A Golden Gloves champion, a college football player, and a minor league football player before transitioning into entertainment. I did not know that. He looked like it too. He got the legs for it. First as Greenwich Village stand-up, then writing for Leslie Uggams' 1969 variety show, and finally graduating to the screen. He was a writer? Did not know that. Amos was built to play authority figures or anti-authority figures. Roles across his long, busy career included Reverend, Inspector, Captain, Sergeant, Doctor, Coach, Sheriff. What did he play the sheriff in? Pastor. Oh, I think I remember him playing a pastor. Mayor, Deacon, and notably I don't know what that ADM, Administration, Percy Fitzwallace, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, in 22 episodes of The West Wing, Prestige Television before Prestige Television. Let's see what else. When Amos met the Secretary of State, Colin Powell, Powell's first words to him were Percy Fitzwallace. What kind of name is that for a brother? I may YouTube to see if I can find that. Even Gordy the Weatherman, as many of us first knew Amos on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, I didn't know, fit the bill. Gordy was articulate, Amos recalled in an interview with the Television Academy Foundation. I like the fact that he was a meteorologist rather than a sportscaster, because it implies that the man could think above X's and O's. In a running joke, he'd be mistaken for a sportscaster. And of course, in the part for which he is best known, he played a father. Not the comic dimwit whose children are all smarter than he, but a caring, responsible, and strict figure where it mattered. Amos was only 34 when he was cast as James Evans. Yay! That's who I know him for being. James Evans. That JJ daddy. Yes. Okay. James Evans Sr. in the 1974 mod spinoff Good Times, reflecting his innate maturity. He was 19 years younger than Esther Rolle, who played his wife. He had played a version of the part in a few episodes of Mod. In keeping with the Norman Lear house style, loud, hectic moments and fits of tempo. Oh yeah, Evans had a tempo. He sure did, and Junior knew it. Now Michael won't scared of James. Thelma respected James. But that JJ, he could get away with things with Florida, but him and James, they had a loving relationship, but it was only through their arguments. That kind of love. Some people are like that. I might watch a couple episodes. Let's see what else. Fits of temper alternated with quiet, reflective, more emotional ones, like The Honeymooners, but with comments about class and race. It demonstrated the actor's range, but Amos began to sour on the show as he felt the focus shifting to the low-comment antics of Jimmy Walker as slacker son JJ, Dynamite. You might remember... Oh, did they just cut me off of this article? I'm not interested. Y'all, we gotta read articles on here. Hope y'all don't mind, because I don't know all this stuff. And I was not about to take notes when there's whole articles here. But I am skipping over stuff, so you may want to go back and read it for yourself. Again, this is the Los Angeles Times, where we give credit and cite to. Okay. You might remember and said, so I wasn't the most diplomatic guy in those days, he said in the same Academy interview. Eventually, the writers got tired of having their lives threatened over jokes, and after the third season, Lear let him go. James died off screen. But Roots was around the corner as the older version of LeVar Burton's Kunta Kinte. No, my name is Kunta Kinte. What's your name, boy? Kunta Kinte. Now that ain't your name. What's your name, boy? He played it. Yes, he did. It was a part for the history books and opened the door to dramatic parts. Because of the time in which he was born, it fell to Amos to be something of a pioneer. He was one of a few black students to integrate his New Jersey elementary and middle school, where he was asked if he had a tail. He married his first wife, Noelle Mickelson, the mother of his two children, who was white, in 1965, 2 years ahead of the Loving versus Virginia decision, in which the Supreme Court struck down laws against interracial marriage. And he got started as an actor in a time when substantial parts for black actors were harder to come by, and the idea of colorblind casting was a thing of the far future. Now, this is a good article. I really want to read it all, but I'm tired of reading. And it's a lot. Because it does have so many good parts on it, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me see what I'll do here. I I will share this article on Lovely J podcast. Let me go there and put it on there now, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. And I got to start cooking this rice too. Let's see.